If you don't believe in yourself, don't start a business because you won't succeed.
Do the best you can, rise to the challenges.
If you don't refresh the business, you disappear into the landscape. I'm Simon Locke. I'm the owner of Pace Auto Werks. Together with my wife, we started this business about 18 years ago, and we've gone from strength to strength every year since.
What inspired you to start Pace Auto Werks? What is the founding story?
I needed a job. We'd finished running a service station for 9 years, my wife and I ran the workshop and she ran the front end of the business. And after that, the lease was up and decided to try some different things, and I went to work for a dealership. I lasted about 3 months because they were just criminally disorganised. I came home to Kim one night and I said, we can do it better than this. Let's set up a workshop. And lo and behold, about a week later, I was doing a timing belt for a friend of mine, and I got a phone call from another friend. Someone in the apartments where they lived owned the four, as it was then, Pace motors, and they were going to close one up because they'd been unlucky trying to sell it. So I quickly went down there and had a look, came home, took some photos, discussed it with Kim, checked our finances and made them an offer they couldn't refuse. We started there, and it was in late 2006.
It's been a ride, been a journey.
It has been quite a ride, yeah.
So the inspiration was, we can do this better.
I just said to Kim, the service is still king. If we give people good service, good value for money, we can do this.
I love the belief in yourself.
Yeah, well, you have to. If you don't believe in yourself, don't start a business because you won't succeed, It's pretty simple, hey?
Very simple.
I remember telling you that many years ago.
For the viewers at home, Simon was a big instigator and helped drive my inspiration to start Optimise Online. He is our longest client, but not our oldest client. So,
okay,
yeah,
there is a difference.
What is the core mission of Pace Auto Werks, and how do you aim to empower the people you work with through your services?
Good customer service and good value for money, and try and make some money out of it at the end of it, which is not always easy. It's an ever-evolving thing, and we started this business just as the internet was starting to really take hold, and it's constantly evolving all the time, and you have to stay across that. It's imperative that we have a team like your team with us. This is why we go and have our quarterly meetings. We'll call them meetings from now.
Thank you so much. I love being an integral part of your business, myself and my team. It's invaluable to hear you say that it's all about good service, good value, and looking after the customer. I know firsthand as a consumer that sometimes we feel like we're being mistreated or taken advantage of. We do spend time looking for what we can do, how we can do it, and can we do it ourselves, versus looking for a business or a brand that is trusted. So I think that it shines through in what you do, focused on good service and good value, and just looking after the customer at the end of the day, because you have such an amazing repeat customer base. Amazing stuff, Simon, really is.
No, thank you, Callum. And look, yeah, and you're part of our team's or our business's success as well.
The extension to the team.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It is an integral part of the business.
I've always felt that way.
Yeah,
definitely.
Good. As to the second half of that original question, how do I inspire the people around me? The one thing I can say is when you employ good people, you have to let them get on with what they do. Not try to micromanage them in any way. When they've got a problem, they'll come to you, and that's when you put your heads together and sort it out. If you try and do it any other way, it will end in disaster and you won't retain good staff.
Pace Auto Werks is such a strong brand. What key elements or strategies did you focus on to build such a strong brand identity?
You just kind of go to work every day and try and do everything as well as you possibly can. Don't let any issues fester.
Be the best you can be.
Yeah.
When issues arise, you're looking at and addressing them and working with the clients.
Clients or staff, you might have 2 staff members that aren't getting on for some reason, or that something's happened in the workshop that they disagree upon. And, there's an array of issues that can evolve when you have several people working in a close environment, as you're
We live on top of each other at work.
Well, we do, and you get to know the people you work with better than half your family. Yeah.
We spend so much time at work.
When you have employees over many years, that just happens whether you like it or not. With staff, we have a Christmas lunch, a big Christmas lunch each year, and we all look forward to it, and all the wives are involved. Everybody kind of gets to know one another on a personal level, and of course we don't talk any shop. That's number one rule at those luncheons, and nobody talks shop. We just get to know one another, and that kind of helps the balance back at work.
How has your brand evolved in your journey, and what were some significant milestones?
There's an old saying in business, if you're not moving forward, you're going backwards. There's no standing still. And I tried standing still for a couple of months, it didn't work. You have to keep moving forward. With our industry, there's a lot of technology that's constantly evolving, so you're always on a learning curve. We did a rebranding about 10 years ago now. Just changed all the logo and all the way you project the business. My dad once said, bless him, that if you don't refresh the business face at least every 10 years, you disappear into the landscape. And it's very true. We're now, again, 10 years later, looking to redo the face of the business because you can't afford to disappear into the landscape. Otherwise, you will disappear completely.
That's invaluable insight.
Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah. What are the values that come through in the team, in the business, working with clients?
Get it done, make money out of it and go home and have a life. You know? I think you can kind of disappear up your own backside trying to analyse things too much.
Yeah.
Just do what you do and do it as well as you can.
Do the best you can, rise to the challenges, customer focused, looking to provide value.
Yes, but certainly. Always doing all those things.
Can you share with us how your brand values are reflected in your daily operations and culture?
After 30 years in business, it just happens.
It's ingrained.
It is, and it's not something that we analyse.
It's interesting when we went through actually clarifying what our values are and giving them words and meaning. They were already there. We didn't just go, okay, this is our value and we're going to put it on a board and job done. We actually went through 6 weeks, 5 workshops at 4 hours apiece as a team. And when we finally got to the end of it and actually clarified what our values were, we looked at the board and went, that's what we've always done. It's just instilled in us.
I don't know if you can change much of it though. You either have that within yourself and your staff. If you try and create it or put it in there somehow, it would be very difficult.
You can't.
People have to be on the same page.
100%. And it's those values that we look for when we're recruiting new team. I've gone through the learning mistakes of employing the wrong person who I thought, okay, they sort of align. Maybe they haven't really had all of our values instilled. So, and because of it, it caused friction. Sure,
it will do.
And that's probably been a valuable piece of the puzzle to actually clarify what our values are, because now we've identified them, we can look for them in those that we want to work with and work around.
We're kind of in a position where staff are hard to find these days, good, talented, productive, career-orientated technicians, and retaining good staff over long periods of time is a real trick. It's not just about pay. There's a lot of other factors involved in it. I just let people do what they do. And they come to me when they've got a problem. Otherwise, they know what to do. And they know that I trust them to get on with the job and do a good job. And I'll be there whenever they need me.
Autonomy and support. Two amazing things.
Yeah.
I think we just found a couple more values.
I think we did.
What do you feel are the critical factors that have led Pace Auto Werks to be such a success? I'm
lucky enough to have a very driven wife that's a workaholic. She just totally loves what she does. She's largely responsible for everything that we've achieved as well. Probably more so than me, We reached a point where it was not burnout, but it was same Groundhog Day kind of thing. So changed it around, and I did the early shifts for the first 10 years, but she's been doing them for the last few. That's been a really good move. It's really hard to put your finger on exactly what makes it grow and develop. It's just do what you do and do it as well as you can, and head down, bum up, and go for it.
From what I've learned today, it's the right people, the right attitude, the right partnership.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree with you more. Every time I walk through that door, Kim is just so bubbly and full of laughter.
And we're still married.
Okay, lucky stars?
Yeah. Well, this afternoon anyway, you better check with her.
Thank you so much, Simon,
No
for
problem.
making the time today, sharing your story and insights. It's been invaluable. And it has been an absolute pleasure and privilege working with you for the last 10 plus years.
No problem, mate. The feeling's mutual.